Hey everyone, so here's something I've been working on for the last few days. It's called entity scripting. So as many of you guys already know, these are the global scripting that affects the entire game. However, we're testing with ways to implement scripting within the entities such as unit types, item types, and projectiles. So if you take a look, I created this this projectile called grenade, and if you open this and go to entity scripts, you can actually do scripting for this specific entity, which is grenade. So for example, we have this special trigger now for when this entity is created, and you can only access this script when you're opening the entity scripting. And here what we're doing is we are setting a timer of this entity. So this is a new feature as well. You can actually point this specific entity, and you're setting timer of this entity as current time, and you're also sending a chat message saying a projectile has been created, and we're also printing the name of this entity to everyone. And we're also doing the for every frame trigger, and if the time passed is over 3 seconds, which is 3000 milliseconds since the timer being set at the creation of this entity, we are going to make this entity explode and destroy this entity. So this is the grenade launcher, and when I create the projectile, you can see that chat message is saying projectile has been created, and after 3 seconds it explodes. So yeah, you can launch as many grenades as you want, and you'll see that they'll all explode about after 3 seconds. The second part is the use of client-side scripting for the entities. So we have another entity or projectile that is a bullet, which is fired by the rifle weapon. And if you take a look at this entity's scripting, you can see that we have the triggers for when this entity touches a unit or when this entity touches a wall. And you can see that this explosion, it creates explosion at the position of the entity when it touches the unit or the walls, and we're destroying it. Now, take a look at how we are only running this on the client side. So we're not running this on the server, but just the client. So just to show how that works in the game, when I'm choosing a rifle, you can see that it's exploding immediately. So it's all client-side predicted. So both the explosion and firing the weapon. Now, if I were to set this so it doesn't run just on the client side, but both the client and the server, what ends up happening is when you fire, you're gonna see two sets of explosions, just like that. And the reason that you see two explosions is that one's running on the client side and the other explosion is actually being streamed from the server. So you don't really want that for the effects of bullets exploding. We'd recommend you to run it on the client side only. Alright, so that's the quick preview of how the entity scripting works. The feature's not live right now, but we're probably gonna launch it in the coming days, literally a couple of days from this video being uploaded. And because now we're gonna provide the entity scripting, we think that some of the features will become obsolete. So for example, I think a lot of these effects tab will become obsolete, so we'll probably get rid of this. And on top of that, we're probably gonna get rid of destroy and contact with, because this can also be handled with the entity scripting as well. But yeah, that's basically it for the preview of the entity scripting. Thanks for watching, and I would love to hear you guys' feedback. Thank you.